Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Boruto episode 182. So, last time we had some more following Jigen and the others that are part of Kara. We got to meet some of the other ones. Koji was one of the names that we actually got. I believe there was another one whose name we got, or at least part of the name. I don't know if it's his actual name. It probably isn't, but a nickname they called him. I think they called him Code, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that. But either way, Koji went and killed Victor, seemingly. Lit him on fire. And they, because they learned from reviving Deepa's head that Victor was up to no good, and I think they already suspected that anyway. So, yeah, Victor, as far as we know, is dead. I guess he does have, like, some crazy regeneration and stuff like that, but we saw his feet be all, like, crispy, and that's all they showed us, and then it showed a bunch of rocks crumbling on his facility, so, you know, I'll take that as dead for now, anyway. But we also had... what else happened? Oh yeah, we had the sparring between Boruto and Naruto. Naruto kind of used Boruto to test out a new arm and everything, so a ninja tool prosthetic, and it was an interesting fight. I was a little disappointed that Naruto didn't like use his own strength to fight Boruto, but I guess it was kind of poetic that, you know, Boruto did the same thing during the Chunin exams and everything, so... But either way, I still enjoyed last episode quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to whatever happens this time. So let's jump into it, shall we? Alrighty, we're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. The vessel is also, like, open, but nothing left inside of it. So my theory is he got up and walked away, and yes, Konohamaru and Mugino are investigating it. A couple of things I forgot to mention. Yep. I don't know why this scroll flash drive is so hilarious to me. It's like I can use this scroll flash drive. Boop. Shit, Mugino. Jesus, just ripped his head off. Or mask, I guess, looks like. Shit, that's not good. Mugino, you should have, like, yelled for help, or do you have radios? Why'd you let it get that far? Oh my god, there's so many of them. Well, that's not good. Oh, time for the new opening. Well, it was new last episode, but we get to see it again. I don't know the song yet to be able to hum it. It's a pretty good song, though. I will say. Visuals are pretty crazy in the opening. It almost looks like either they're having a 1v1v1, right? Or it almost looks like the the other guy with tattoos is fighting alongside Boruto. Because at one of the times we see both Boruto and the other guy going after Jigen. Damn. Hmm. So they're very, very sneaky. Even Sasuke can't find shit. Okay. This guy again. I still don't trust this guy one bit. I mean, come on, Boruto. It's kind of your fault too, right? You chose to use the device, right? Hmm. Okay. Alright, so escorting him to a research lab. Alrighty, a C rank mission. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that scientist guy either. But Boruto's argument is a little bit, like blaming him for his messed up tuning exams, you know, like, sure, he may have convinced Boruto to use it, but Boruto still agreed to use it, you know? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hmm. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I feel like those ninja tools are gonna be very important. You just gotta choose when you use them. You don't use them in a competition where you're supposed to show off your skill, you know? That was cool though. I like I like Mitsuki asserting his own will instead of just purely following Boruto. So that's cool too. That was a really cool moment. Hmm. What are these Kara members? Yeah, I mean, the crash was out of Victor's hand, right? Like, all the errors popped up and stuff, which means someone else probably did it. Hmm. Through karma. What does that mean? Hmm. It's like a less vocal version of their theme. Like the ha 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 ha. Okay. Interesting. So a traitor. I'm not sure who it could be. I'm trying to think back if we have any clues as the audience. I think it's still a mystery. But what are these Kara members? Like Amado was talking about he was looking at Jigen sit in front of that tank. He was like touching his face or something, and then he said like the configurations are complete. I feel like that's the second or third or fourth time we've heard them like talk about configurations when talking about them. It's almost like they're electronic or something. Like they're not just strictly human. So talk more about it in discussion. Who are we sitting at? Lord Al? Oh! Hmm. He had that ominous shot, and now we're seeing him again, didn't he? It was like the end of the episode, and it like zoomed in on his face real ominously. Hmm. I want to trust this guy, but after the way that other episode ended, I just don't. Yep. Speaking of, just meets this guy on a train and just adjusts his shit. Sarada. Hmm. Yep. Things have changed. Damn. Yeah, because he was the assistant to the Mizukage, right? Well, assistant's probably a bad word, like bodyguard or something, like right-hand man kind of thing. Katasuke. Jeez. What is going on? I think it's a trick. Yeah. Yeah, he's making a point. Okay. Kind of thought it was going to be something like that. It's true, though. I was about to attack you. He's like passing out over there or something. Oh, man. Definitely an interesting discussion talking about, it all depends on how you use it. Even like a screwdriver, which is just used for, building and fixing things, can be used as a weapon. It's a very sharp screwdriver, though. I will say that. Okay. Now that he's alone, what are we gonna see? Anything? Oh shit. An inner. Oh fuck. God damn it. He had no... He was able to see his reaction from there, too. I was gonna say... The one who attacked... Yeah. Yep. God damn it, I wish I said it sooner! I was gonna talk about it in discussion. Because I had that theory whenever... As soon as Katasuke said that he... Like, couldn't remember why he knew... Mr. Owie. Mr. Ow. I should have said something. Oh boy. So they got away from all the dolls, puppets. So did he beat them all, or did they let them run? God damn it. Really wanted to like this guy. That damn music. Man. I mean, I saw it coming because they teased it, you know, but... I was hoping it was going to be some false alarm. I have a feeling you're going to see him again, but not in the way you'd like to. Well, shit, that's it. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. I wanted to like him. Like, I really liked him all the way through that one, It was the episode where they were mourning the fallen during the war, right? That he showed up. And then at the very end of the episode, it had, like, an ominous zoom-in on his face, you know? And obviously I was wondering when that was going to come back, and here it is, you know? So... like... I don't know. We'll see. There's a small part of me... Now, I think it's a pretty low chance. Because of how that scene went at the very end there. But there's a small part of me that wonders if he is actually like a double agent kind of thing. You know, like, what if he's infiltrating Kara and that's like something that he's been trying to do for years or something. And, like, when the time is right, he's going to reveal all the info he has to the Leaf Village or something, you know? But it's probably more likely that he's just evil. That is it, guys, for episode 182. So, Mr. Ow is a bad guy, seemingly. Like I was just saying, I think there is a chance that he is playing Kara, you know, that he is just trying to get info from them. And then when the time is right, he's gonna, you know, give all that info to the Leaf, but we'll see. I don't know. I guess I'm curious what it was that caused him to become this way, right? Like, he was very loyal to the previous Mizukage as far as we knew, you know. Nothing in old Naruto that led us to believe that he would betray people, you know. And then what, like, the crap happened in the war. He, at least as far as he told us, he was one of the people that were in the command center that when it got blown up by like the tailed beast bomb that was shot over there, right? But he was like one of, if not the only survivor. And then from there, he was in like a coma for a while, and obviously lost a leg and an arm, and messed up, lost an eye as well, and has all these mechanical parts, and is barely hanging in there, you know, kind of thing. And then at some point from, I would guess, the time that he woke up, unless we're gonna find out that this goes like way back even farther, like prior to the Great Ninja War, you know, but as far as the information we know, at some point from the time he woke up in the hospital to present, he became an outer for the Kara organization. Now, it seems like they have this vessel, which I theorized is like a body. You know, we know that Victor was interested in working with Kara in order to, like, gain eternal life, you know, or at least, like, heal his body so he can live longer. You know, I know that was a big thing for Victor, and maybe that's what Lord Owl is after too. You know, maybe it's simple greed in that he wants to heal his own body or whatnot, so that way he doesn't have to live with, you know, missing these limbs. But yeah, it's just too bad that someone we used to know from old Naruto, who was a good dude, seemingly, at least as far as we knew, is now doing this shit. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm a little sad because as soon as that conversation happened with how do you say it? Katasuke or something? I think it's Katasuke is how they say it. But either way, the scientist guy was saying, like, oh, how did I meet you again? I can't quite remember. And he said, like, I can't remember either. There was something that felt off to me, and I was trying to save it for the discussion to really talk about it. I was going to talk about this whole theory I had of, like, what if, like, I was straight up, like, as soon as the discussion hit, I was going to be like, okay, what if Lord Owl was the one that, you know, used the genjutsu on Katasuke, like, and everything, and I was gonna, like, go off on this, like, tangent conspiracy theory and everything, and then freaking they just say it in the episode before I got a chance to say anything, so, that's too bad. But yeah, so he was the one that used the genjutsu on Katasuke, and he is, he's working as an outer for Kara, so, damn. Ah, man. I guess that makes sense. He used to be a shinobi, so he'd be good at infiltrating and obviously know how to use genjutsu. He would probably have some access to the lab since he seemed to work with him and get his prosthetics from there, potentially, you know, and all that. But But yeah, I mean, he hasn't been back to the Hidden Mist village, and he was talking about how like, oh, it seems like it has changed and everything. I wonder. I want to like him so badly, but at least for now, I guess I just have to not like him. You know. We'll see. I'm praying that it's like a double bluff, and he is actually just spying on this organization. Like maybe he somehow came across them, and because the thing is I don't think it's like an order from the Leaf or anything, right? For one, he's on a Leaf Shinobi, so he wouldn't be one that the Leaf would send out on a mission anyway. You know, I don't think it would have been an order from anyone, if anything, because like I think he's been a part of the Kara organization for a good chunk of time at this point, I believe. And in order to do that, we would have had to have been aware of it. And the Leaf Village wasn't even aware Kara organization existed. You know, unless like unless they somehow knew that like something was going on and they had him like investigate and infiltrate it and they didn't know it was Kara at the time, and now he's like in this cover that he hasn't been able to like relay any info back, so they don't even know that he's infiltrated Kara. I mean, it could be some weird shit like that, but I highly doubt it. If he does happen to be some kind of like, you know, double agent spying on the Kara organization, I don't think it's at the command of at least the Leaf Village, since they didn't know about Kara until recently. But yeah, so on the Kara front, they have someone who is working against them from part of their... Jigen said it was one of their inners, so one of the, you know, higher-ups in the organization, because the outers are, like, the random people that assist, you know. The inners are, like, probably Jigen himself is considered an inner. Koji's, I imagine, is an inner. I imagine that Code guy, if I'm remembering that name right, and the girl with the weird eyes and everything, I'm sure they're all inners. All those people that we saw in like the digital world, like lined up, you know. I imagine they're all inners, so, or at least most of them are. So it's going to be one of them that is apparently trying to take the vessel for themselves and utilize Victor to do it and capitalize off of Victor's own greed and everything. So I'm curious who it is. I don't know. I don't really have any guesses. I'd say Koji is probably safe, since we saw him talking to Mr. Ao alone, and like didn't actually, because like, if it was only... Because it was only the two of them there. So unless somehow they were being watched and he was playing the part, you know? It'd be weird that Koji on his own would be, you know, sending this person out to help them catch the traitor if he was in fact the traitor, you know? That's also one of the reasons why I'm not sure that Mr. Ao is actually doing any kind of, like, double thing. Because right here, after Koji left, he was still, like, acting all, like, evil and ominous-ish, kinda, you know? So, like, be like, why was he acting like that if he was actually, like, a good guy, you know? But we'll just have to wait and see. I am very curious at who the traitor is, though, but... one of the things I wanted to talk about a little more, I briefly mentioned it during the reaction, was the fact that we once again had Amado looking at Jigen or looking at one of the Kara members and saying, like, something along the line... I think he said it's something along the lines of it before, but this episode he said the configurations are complete. You know, right after getting done, like, looking at his face and, like... So, I've just had this feeling since the beginning that potentially... they're like either robots or fabrications or like a mix. Like one of the thoughts that I had this episode, and I think I had the thought another episode, but I never actually said it out loud, and then by the time it got to the discussion I forgot to talk about it, But what if, like, I mean, I guess it goes in line with the robot idea, right? But what if they're, like, humanoid versions of scientific tools? Like, we have this, like, they're bringing up the scientific tools a lot right here, right? With the prosthetic arm and all that. What if Jigen and the other Kara members are actual, like, someone trying to make, uh basically like robot shinobi kind of thing, and it's basically what that prosthetic arm is that Katasuke made, but for an entire person, like an entire body, and they managed to, like, throw a personality into it or something. And then what if it's like a, Pinocchio kind of thing, where they have their own sentience now, and they're trying to gain their own human bodies, and that's kind of like what the vessel is supposed to be. It's all just like a crazy theory on my part, of like, I could see it being something where we hear a monologue from Jigen being like, we were created to be, kind of like when we had the fabrication arc, where they were supposed to be individuals, or like creations that would die in place of shinobi, so that way actual shinobi don't have to die. But then they ended up with, like, their own personalities and their, like, their own humanity in a way, and then they didn't want to die, kind of something like that, where he could be a fabrication or this, like, robotic unit kind of thing, but he has his own mind, his own ambitions, and now he's trying to get his own human body so he can be like everyone else or whatnot. And maybe that's what the vessel was supposed to be, was like, creating a more perfect human body that they can then inhabit, potentially. I really don't know. It's just a crackpot theory I just wanted to throw out there. Something that's been, like, on my mind, because we have the whole scientific tool thing, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting. And, I mean, we saw that one girl with the weird eyes. She seemingly, at least her legs, I think we saw her legs, and they look like they were, like, a prosthetic robotic kind of thing. I haven't really seen anything on Jigen that leads me to believe that he could be anything but, like, human, right? But I think it could just be masked very easily and made to look like a human very well if he wasn't. So, I don't know. But yeah, just a interesting theory. I'd say, what was one of the other things that I enjoyed about this episode? Not just enjoyed, but I wanted to talk about something else, and I said I'd wait until the discussion to talk more about it. Did I cover it already, or did I not? Oh, I guess I wanted to talk about Boruto a little bit. Like, I know he's still young and he's still gonna make some of these naive things, but I thought we were kind of past this a little bit, But I felt a little bit of old Boruto showing himself a tad bit here, with the logic of, like, blaming Katasuke for what happened during the tuning exams. Like, I hated that line where he was like, "You ruined the tuning exams for me," but it was Boruto's choice to use that tool. And he even knew he wasn't supposed to. That's why he was hiding it up his sleeve and everything. And yet he actively still did it. Yet in this episode, and I thought, see, that's the thing, is I thought Boruto was aware that it was his own doing, it was his own fault, and he was trying to, like, move past it and improve, And I can understand, that's where I can understand the grudge he has towards the scientific tools, because he's like, well, I use this, it got me in trouble, so now I don't like them, and he holds, like, a little bit of a personal grudge. I get that logic, even though it's still not perfectly, perfect of logic at all. But I really hated that line of him blaming Katasuke for, the whole tuning exam things, when that was clearly just Boruto's fault. Like, I know Katasuke, like, pushed Boruto to using it and convinced him to do it through, like, just clever dialogue and stuff like that, but But yeah, I mean, but I know Boruto is still young, and he's gonna make those mistakes and stuff like that. So, but the other thing I wanted to talk about in regards to that was the whole debate about like Boruto saying that we should use our own power, and then Naruto saying, this is just an extra tool that can be used to help. I see both sides. I think it reminds me of like when All Might was telling Midoriya on My Hero, when Midoriya was trying to develop like the gloves he was using in one of the later seasons, like just not to rely on it too much. And I think that's the thing is I think ninjas using these tools is fine as long as they just don't rely on it too much and make it so like their own skills become rusty. But if it's something that you can get good at using in conjunction with your own abilities, I think it could be a massive asset on the battlefield. And the thing is if they become strong enough and stuff like that, you don't have to use your own chakra, if I'm not mistaken, to use those tools, which means that anyone who wants to fight that maybe doesn't have enough chakra or enough chakra control can also fight too and defend the Leaf Village and defend their home and stuff like that. So I know Rock Lee was amazing with his taijutsu and everything, and that's all he really needed to be an amazing shinobi. But for like cases like him where he wasn't able to do ninjutsu or genjutsu, that would be something that'd be perfect because he could have his amazing taijutsu, but then he could have this device that he could, fling out some ninjutsu. So something like that, I feel like could be a huge asset. It's just a matter of knowing that you have to hone your own skills and not just relying on that. So you have to have that, kind of. You have to kind of have that logic, right, with you at all times, and make sure you don't just let it go out of hand. But yeah, I'm really interested in who the traitor is. I'm curious where this goes. I'm a little sad that Lord Ao is a bad guy because he seemed pretty cool during the episode, all the way up until the very end of the episode where we got the ominous shot of his face, and it made me start thinking like there was something bad about him, and now it seems like there is. I'm hoping it was still just like a bluff, and the show is just trying to be like, yeah, haha, you thought he was evil, just wait till we reveal that he's not, I hope it's something like that, but I highly doubt it based off, like, it just wouldn't be fair to the audience if they gave us all these ominous cues, and, like, when no one else was around. Like, it's one thing if it shows him being a bad guy when he has to put on that act, but showing us that act of him being a bad guy or just ominous shots of his face is only there to trick the audience if he's not really a bad guy, So I'm not a big fan of those kind of things, which means that, like, which is why I almost hope, like, in a way I hope he's a bad guy because I don't want to be angry at the show for just tricking me like that, But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. I very much enjoyed the episode, and I can't wait to see more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed so you can see all the content that's released from me, as well as my Patreon, where you can support the channel. Link is in the description to that, or it should be popping up on the screen. You can get early access a couple episodes ahead of time, as well as my Patreon exclusive shows. Check all that out if you are interested. I very much appreciate it, guys, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.